Top 10 foods to avoid during pregnancy. Condoning the series of top 10 foods to avoid during pregnancy that we have prepared for you can prove to be catastrophic for you and your little baby. You must be thinking that you've been digesting an extensive amount of junk food from your favorite food stalls since time immemorial, so what could probably go wrong now? Well, now that you are expecting a baby, your immunity system is going topsy-turvy with all the hormonal changes going on. The experienced folks around sure have filled you up with advices on what to eat for a healthy pregnancy to commence, but do you know what not to eat during pregnancy? Here's your cue to duly note the checklist of foods to avoid during pregnancy. Top 10 foods to avoid during pregnancy. Read on to get acquainted with the foods to avoid while you're pregnant in order to take proper care of the life stirring within you. 1. Soft cheeses. Imported soft cheeses such as the Brie, Camembert, Roquefort, Feta, Gorgonzola and Mexican-style cheeses inclusive of Queso Blanco and Queso Fresco are usually unpasteurized. Therefore, they contain the potential danger of imparting listeria to the pregnant mother and the unborn baby. Hardened cheese like cheddar and Parmesan are aged, which tend to get rid of the bacteria through the process of aging. Listeria is a life-threatening bacteria which can pass through to the womb, causing severe food poisoning to the infant developing within. Refrain from soft cheeses throughout the 9 months of pregnancy. 2. Large fish. Large fish like swordfish, shark, tilefish, albacore tuna and king mackerel contain high levels of methyl mercury, which impairs the immature nervous system of the unborn baby. Mercury is basically a neurotoxin which hinders the fetal brain development. Pollutants like mercury tend to contaminate the water bodies, thus, you ought to abstain from gorging on big fish dishes. Canned tuna, however, has low levels of mercury, so it is all right for you to taste it once in a while. 3. Undercooked meat and sushi. If you want to prevent serious gastrointestinal distress, stay away from undercooked meat and sushi. Pregnant women have a very vulnerable immunity system which make them easy preys of coliform bacteria, viruses and parasites which cause foodborne anomalies. Listeriosis is one catastrophic bacteria that can be contracted from the intake of undercooked meat and sushi dishes, which can lead preterm labor, termination of pregnancy or even claim the lives of both the mother and the infant. 4. Deli meats, refrigerated smoked seafood. Keep a safe distance from the deli meat section of the grocery store you visit often. Deli meats, hot dogs, refrigerated smoked seafood inclusive of the fish labeled as lox, jerky, and so on consist of listeria which, as already discussed, is infamous for causing stillbirth in most cases. Reheat the deli meats until they are steaming hot if you wish to eat them. Canned and shelf-stable versions of the refrigerated smoked salmon are safer to consume. 5. Liver. Though a rich source of iron, liver is known to contain a high level of vitamin A. Little to moderate intake is permissible, but heavy consumption of liver can hamper the growth of the baby in your womb. One of the foods to avoid during early pregnancy is liver, as an extensive ingestion of vitamin A is associated with a great risk of birth defects. Thus, steer clear of liver in your platter of delicacies. 6. Raw eggs. The potential danger of salmonella lurks around all those dishes which include the ingredient of raw eggs in the recipe. The bacteria induces severe vomiting, diarrhea, and other food-borne diseases which hinders in the growth of the baby. Hollandaise sauce, mayonnaise, homemade ice creams, Caesar salads contain raw eggs and therefore should be avoided by all pregnant women. Pasteurized eggnog is permissible, though. Eggs should be sufficiently cooked prior consumption as they are very healthy, bringing with them the essential nutrients of choline and omega-3. 7. Unpasteurized dairy products. Abstain from drinking unpasteurized milk and other dairy products as they run the risk of containing listeria. Listeria can easily penetrate the placenta and harm the baby, causing blood poisoning, which can be a key factor contributing to the annulment of the pregnancy. Low-fat, pasteurized milk is, however, highly recommended as it is an essential nutrient which provides calcium to both you and your baby, helping in the bone development process. 8. Caffeine, herbal tea. Moderate consumption of caffeine is allowed for pregnant women. However, you should abstain from taking in caffeine during the first trimester as studies have shown that its excessive intake leads to the termination of pregnancy. Caffeine is a diuretic, therefore, you may feel dehydrated and lose lots of calcium if you drink much caffeinated beverages. Make sure to reduce the amount of caffeine intake to 200 mg per day if you cannot totally avoid it. Serious complications like premature birth, low birth weight, annihilation of the fetus and withdrawal symptoms in the infants can occur. Herbal tea is also not recommended as a substitute to caffeine as researchers have not specified what herbs to avoid during pregnancy. Herbal supplements are, thus, not very reliable when you are expecting a baby. 9. Unwashed vegetables and fruits. Vegetables and fruits are imperative in the nutrition of the pregnant mother and the growing infant within. You must eat a good amount of fresh vegetables and fruits. However, make sure you avoid eating unwashed vegetables and fruits as they run the risk of containing toxoplasmosis. Toxoplasmosis usually contaminate the soil in which the vegetables are grown. Refrain from eating raw vegetable sprouts like radish as it may carry harmful bacteria. 10. Alcohol and cigarettes. Consumption of alcohol and smoking are injurious to health, as you already know. But during pregnancy, take special care in staying an extra mile away from alcohol. Excessive inebriation can cause fetal alcohol syndrome leading to stillbirth, poor growth, mental retardation and abnormal facial features in the baby. Cigarettes are a big no for pregnant women as the baby gets exposed to the nicotine in the womb, which hinders in the passage of oxygen for the baby. Significant anomalies like a cleft palate can be the consequence of a pregnant woman who indulges in smoking.